Sugar and Tea here, coming at you with another one of these talking videos. And this one, wanted to just get into some nostalgic kind of feeling, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to talk about what video games mean to me and to so many people. Alright, this might be a little series I get going, what it means to me and to you, the viewer. Video games, ever since I can remember, have been my main form of entertainment, alright? I was never really a movie guy, okay? Not to say I don't enjoy a good movie. I've watched movies, I love movies. But there is something special about being able to have your freedom of choice, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just thrive on that idea of exploring, being able to go where I want, when I want, almost living the story, not watching the story. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these RPG games, such as Fallout, they give you this sort of feeling of main character. You know what I'm saying? And that could be very good and very bad because you don't want to feel too much like the savior of all. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I want to get down to probably when I fell in love with video games, and there's quite a few moments I can recall, but this one stands out the most to me. Okay, so I was a young guy, probably in the kindergarten era. I wasn't allowed to play the mature games and whatnot. One day before preschool, I was being babysat by a family friend. They had Halo on Xbox, right? I wasn't allowed to play these video games back at my house, but I damn well could at this house, alright? You know what I'm saying? I just said I could play them. And that shit was amazing, man. I got to play all the video games I wanted. All the mature ones back in the day. Halo, and this was my first experience with Team Fortress 2, which was another game I went on to fall in love with. Growing up with these video games truly was a special experience because we got to see the evolution of 3D video games. So, man, before the 2000s, games were just all 2D, and Doom was the furthest we had gotten to a 3D shooter, which would soon be the platform that took off, and just Call of Duty and Battlefield and whatnot. So I was just curious, did anybody have a video game that they grew up seeing, didn't really get a chance to play till they were older and just had a great time with? Just drop a comment what game you were gaming on, if you still play it till this day, because I know quite a few of those. I'm still gaming on till this day. The old Call of Duties, the old Steam games like Half-Life, all that stuff was just really where I formed my roots with gaming, and I still play those games till this day. So background is just seeing games evolve, man. I've played Doom since I was a kid, and I've seen the shooter genre just absolutely blow up, as well as RPG, just mainly shooters because that's what I play, and that's the content that's running in the background right now, so that's what you're gonna see. Yeah, sometimes I just stick on these old games because I just feel like the new ones have just gotten littered with so much microtransaction, and I just feel like there's something different about it nowadays. Maybe I'm just getting older and kind of losing my touch with all of it, but it just feels different to me. I still enjoy games, and I still play them, and I'll continue to because they're just evolving continually, and it's just an amazing thing to see, as well as just NVIDIA and graphics, AI, all of it just evolve. So back in the prime of the Call of Duty days, man, the prime of the third generation, okay? I feel like this was peak, man, because listen, a lot of people had, I mean, developers, when I say this, they had to prove your purchase, okay? These weren't franchises. I mean, they were, some of them, but they weren't developed to the point where they could say, hey, give me $70 and I could promise you a good game in 2 to 3 years. You know what I'm saying? They had to deliver that product. There's something to be said about that because I feel like it pours into our regular life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these brands that have become so developed over the years, they change their format, you know? They say, hey, I can get away with this. I can get away with upselling my product because you know what it is and delivering something else, you know? Eventually, we're going to wake up to this. I mean, we see the comeback of Call of Duty, the comeback of Battlefield now. You know, it all has its place, and there is definitely a turning point happening. Because where we at with gaming is just, it's become nonsense at this point. I mean, we've gotten delivered so many bad titles in the past 5 years. They got to get on their game, which I believe they are. But these old games, man, they were developed with a different sort of passion. Okay, not money fueled. I feel like a lot of the newer stuff is becoming money fueled. You could see it's becoming just a normal form of entertainment. I mean, it's mainstream. Video games are no longer, that nerdy guy who knows about all of this knowledge in some fantasy world. You know, it's become common. Older generations are catching on that these games are not half bad. You know, they're pretty good. But anyway, I would just like to talk about touch again on that 2008 to just 2016 era, man. We got some really good games in that era, and I enjoy the hell out of them till this date. To this day. We'll continue to. You know, it is really a beautiful thing to see the communities that come together to revive some of these old games because we knew what we had, man. We know what we got. Team Fortress 2 till this day maintains a player count. Why? Because it's free. It's a great team-based shooter. You know what I'm saying? You pick it up, you play it with your friends, you have a ball, you leave it. There was no commitment. You know what I'm saying? I love those kind of games. Those games, I just thrive on them. Not only the multiplayer games that you enjoy so much time with your friends. There's the story games that just get you absolutely immersed, man. Like even the games that I would say were reviewed bad, like Fallout 3. That game has such a special place, and call it nostalgic, a special place within my memory because just the ambiance, the sounds, the music, they really put their time into it. I want to see this come back in these newer games. It will come back. We're gonna get some great games coming in this next 5 years. The graphics are just gonna go crazy. Back to my point is just that these developers they had to prove your purchase. You know, they had to say, hey, come out, buy Fallout 3, check it out. What do we have to offer in this series? And look at that now. I mean, they got a series about this. Gaming has just absolutely blown up, and we gotta see it blow up even more. You know, the greatest thing about these memories you have tied to it so you could come back to them and just enjoy them all over again. Maybe even in a different way if you're playing one of these RPG games, you know what I'm saying? There's unlimited opportunity, and I'm so excited to see where gaming is going to be headed in the future. It really is a great thing to see unfold just technology within the last 40 years. I mean, we've gone from biggest brick phones to just absolute supercomputers in our pocket. Who knows where it's going, right? There is no telling. And we haven't even gotten started on revolutionary companies like Rockstar, Take-Two, just bringing free roaming games to the mass. Okay, these are another one of my favorite types of games. You could just spend hours in them, get immersed. They replicate our world. It's a very weird kind of human experience to be playing a video game about the life that you live. But hey, we've gotten simulators so down that we got business simulators. You can go pressure wash houses. I see this game on Steam. Man, video games are just, the opportunity is endless. I feel like soon enough we're gonna have interactive movies, something of that sort. You know, there's no telling where it's gonna go. I mean, can't even comprehend what opportunities are ahead of us. We've already seen millions of dollars made, events, lives changed through this industry. I mean, it's a really exciting thing, man. I hate to stray away from the nostalgia field, but I think it's just excited what's in front of us, really. I mean, I think it's only going to get better. That's the greatest thing about something like this. It's only going to get better. We have seen some of the worst. Obviously, there can be worse, but it's only going to get better, guys. we're gonna have some 5-star games on the way. Developers who care about the games, passionate about the work. If any community has been more clear about what they want and what they don't, it's gonna be the gaming community, man. They will tell you it. They will sink your sales or they will make you millions. But already, that's gonna wrap up this episode. If you stuck around to the end, you are a real one. If you could do me a favor by hitting that like button, subscribe, throw down a comment on your favorite game you used to get down on, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Peace.